Hey everybody, welcome to my Raw review, the post-elimination edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the first Raw heading towards WrestleMania, which is now 40 days away, 40 and a half days away. And tonight's Raw was a pretty good post-pay-per-view show. A post-show for the go-home pay-per-view last night, and like I said, the first Raw on the road officially to WrestleMania. And there was some good build in some areas. I mean, some things were just unbelievable. Some things really stood out. There's no doubt about it. And I want to talk about some of them right now. First of all, they built more on The Miz and John Cena, as well as the Rock situation. I mean, they had John Cena come out and for, I guess, one night only, go back to his old rapper gimmick, which, according to some, the PWI Torch, actually PWI Torch for no DQ, as well as PWI Torch, the fans booed at first, but then they started cheering because this was a side of Cena that I'd seen. This was the Cena that they had been hoping for quite some time, for a long time, that this side of Cena would come back, even if it's for one night. So will there be more of this side of Cena? We'll find out. But they kind of continued that little thing with The Rock, with his rap on him, so that was pretty cool. The other thing is, again, matter of fact, let me, hold on for a second. Have to get my iPod here to help me out a little bit, kind of give me an idea. That way I don't miss anything. I mean, I recorded Raw tonight, so I just want to make sure I don't miss out on anything. Make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, they did that, which was pretty good. Then they had Morrison and CM Punk. It was a short match because both men, you could tell, were legitimately hurting from last night. I mean, Punk, his rear right here, his rear end, his right side cheek, butt cheek, if you will, was all scarred up, and Morrison still kind of hurting on the leg. And so yeah, that's what happened there. But anyway, we had that match, and then CM Punk, he called out Randy Orton, called him by his full name, Randall Keith Orton. I guess storyline wise, he didn't know Orton was in the building, thought he was not in the building. Here comes Randy out of the crowd, and then Nexus comes down to kind of get Punk to safety, so I guess they're building up to that match at WrestleMania. Then Del Rio comes out, and I guess what was going to happen, I guess originally scheduled, we were going to have a SmackDown match. On Raw. It was going to be Kofi and Alberto. That didn't happen because Kofi attacked Alberto from the beginning, but Alberto got the upper hand thanks to his ring announcer, and throughout just attacked the injured arm, and I guess tried to injure it even more. So I don't know if they're going to try to write Kofi out, or I don't know what's going to happen, but it seems that he kind of jacked it up a little bit more storyline wise, so we'll see what takes place there. Then The Miz came out and basically did his promo on both Cena and The Rock, acknowledged the fact that, 12 years ago he watched The Rock, do his thing at home with his family, and now here he was being told by The Rock that he sucks, and he did a decent promo, and then the general manager chimes in and says, okay, I'll deal with Rock later, so that kind of tells you it might be a McMahon who's the general manager. But says, you know what, tonight I'm going to prove, but acknowledge that the Rock and Sock connection was a good team. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Miz and Cena as a tag team, and you guys are going to challenge Heath and Slater and Gabriel for the tag titles tonight. So, that's what happens there. Then we have a Divas match, Eve and Gail Kim against the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins win the match with the switcheroo. if you will, but I guess now it's known as cheating and stealing. And I guess they want to build something with, I guess they want to build, I guess they're building the Bellas up as being like the Raw version of Lay Cool or something like that, but with an advantage of being twins. I guess, I don't know. And then we had the countdown clock to 2/21/11 finally count down, and as everybody probably knew, it was indeed the Undertaker that was revealed, but as everybody else that was hoping as well, but as everybody else was hoping for, Triple H also made his return right after the Undertaker got in the ring, took his, his hat off and everything. Triple H's music just hit, the place exploded, and after he did his pose in two separate corners, they had a stare down. Undertaker they looked at the WrestleMania sign. Undertaker kind of like almost laughed it off a little bit, but then turned around because I think the fans were booing him because I think he was trying to walk away from this match, but then he did his signal like this, his cutthroat signal, and Triple H did his DX chop to him. So apparently that match is now going to be taking shape and has been made official, I guess, because of this segment between the two for WrestleMania. And I have to tell you, you talk about the old saying of you can of tension in the air that you can cut it with a knife. I tell you, I've never felt so much tension in the air with that one segment between Triple H and Undertaker. Because, they met, 10 years ago at WrestleMania 17, but that was badass Undertaker against, heel Triple H. This is babyface Undertaker, Deadman Undertaker, Death Valley Undertaker against babyface Triple H, DX Triple H. So, go figure. But it looks like they're going to really build that up, and I'm not going to be surprised that for the second year in a row, Undertaker's match is going to be the last match on the WrestleMania card, which will be pretty cool. So, sorry to disappoint everybody that thought it was Sting, but I guess they're now going with the rain and everything for Undertaker. So, okay, the next match we had was King Sheamus and Mark Henry. This was an okay match. Both showed their strengths, and I guess in the eyes of many, they're still pushing Sheamus. They don't know what to do with him right now, but I think they found something. Because even though Sheamus lost to Mark Henry, so anyway, that's what happened there. Then they had a plug for the Big Show DVD, the 3-disc DVD on the Big Show. Then they revealed that Miss USA, the new Miss USA, is going to be a contestant on Tough Enough. And then we have a backstage segment between Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. Daniel Bryan, of course, sweet talking and flirting with his girlfriend Gail Kim. Sheamus overhears him, think he's laughing at him. So I guess in some ways, if you're going to get Sheamus and possibly Daniel Bryan on the WrestleMania card, put them against each other for the United States title. And my only guess is if they do that, that's just sort of like a nod to WCW, because anytime WCW had a pay-per-view, whether it was in Atlanta or they had a clash, whether it was in Atlanta or in other words, all the time, from what I can remember, most of WCW's pay-per-views had a U.S. title match, so I'm pretty sure that's why they're going to probably build towards that. Then they introduced Hacksaw Jim Duggan as the new Hall of Fame inductee, so that's pretty cool. I guess it's not going to be so WCW-like. Well, actually, it will be, if you will. Actually, maybe it will be WCW strong still, because you got to think of it this way: Hacksaw was in WCW for a while, and for many years, so that's probably going to help out. Then we had the in-ring interview segment between Michael Cole and Lawler. And Lawler just did not speak a word after the first two questions were given to him. And then what many consider was a low shot by WWE, and I guess Lawler was okay with it, a low shot by WWE. They had Michael Cole reference Lawler's mother, basically the fact that even though she had the best seat in the house, from heaven above, that he let her down, and I guess that really set something off. And Lawler, just grabbed Michael by the collar and said, "Hey, you say something like that again, it'll be the last thing you say." And then he issued the challenge to Michael Cole to face him. Now, Michael Cole, of course, did not want anything to do with him, did not want to get in the ring. Basically told him, "Hey, you're not going to get me in this ring ever." Tries to go back to doing his job, but King is still insisting to get him in the ring, and he's basically challenging his manhood, if you will. So what does Michael Cole do? He takes off his headset, he takes his headset back off, he takes off his jacket, and then, instead of probably accepting the challenge, he throws water in the King's face and then runs off. So apparently they're going to build towards that. I've got a feeling what's going to happen. Is they're going to, sometime between these next 6 weeks or so, they're going to have Lawler compete in the match against maybe Alex Riley, to where if Lawler beats Alex Riley, Lawler gets Michael Cole at WrestleMania in a match. So, and many people are speculating that this match will be like a loser leaves Raw announce team match or something like that. So we'll see what happens. And then we had the tag team title match coming up, which was Miz and Cena against the core members, new tag team champions Slater and Gabriel. And this was an okay match, and surprisingly, Miz got the win for his team. And Cena sold it so well that he was shocked and surprised that Miz had done this. So I guess to kind of quote somebody that's kind of been riding the likes of a John Cena lately, to kind of steal a little of a rap, if you will, to kind of, let's say, steal a little bit of a rap of John Cena's. Let me put it to you this way. To those who cheered The Miz and booed Cena, you were probably in a state of shock, because tonight your favorite jock won the titles with Cena. Or to make it sound even better, those that are Cena haters, like a certain J-Dub, no disrespect, you were probably in a state of shock when Cena won the tag team titles briefly with your favorite jock. I hope that helped out a little bit, but that is true. John Cena and Miz were tag team champions, but then Barrett issued the rematch clause right away. So they had another tag team title match between the four, and this time Gabriel and Slater got the titles back thanks to Miz stabbing, I guess you can say, John Cena in the back with the skull crushing finale, costing him the tag team titles. So hopefully this is going to be a decent build to Cena and Miz at WrestleMania, because if not, here's another rap. Another try at rap, if you will, for me. After tonight, they made it look like the Miz-Cena match was going to be epic. With a decent build, it will be. If not, it'll be like a match taking place in a septic. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly what many, as I've said before in the previous videos, many fans are fearing will happen, but hopefully tonight is the first step in building it into being a proper, well-built, epic match. So overall, a great Raw, decent post-Elimination Chamber go-home post-show for WrestleMania. First, like I said, the first Raw to going to WrestleMania, so decent one. I give it about 8 out of 10. Highlight of the night, the tension, the well-built tension, no talk, nothing between Triple H and Undertaker. That was like, actions will speak louder than words. So overall, just a great Monday Night Raw. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you agree with my review or not. And I will talk to you all later.